Hello and welcome to KXII 12 News Now. My name is Robin Key and it is September 15th. Now let's go over your Texoma headlines. New at noon, Dickinson schools were placed on a temporary hold this morning after a firearm was found on campus. The school says they got a report that the weapon was inside a student's backpack. The school resource officer found and escorted the student to the office and recovered the firearm. The school says privacy laws prohibit them from releasing more information, but says all students are safe. A person who is a person of interest in the double murder of his parents is still on the run today. Fred and Barbara Baker were found dead Thursday at a home on State Highway 43 in Clayton. The OSBI is looking for the couple's son. 35-year-old Jeffrey Baker, they say that he may be in their vehicle, a gray 2013 Dodge Caravan. The plate number is on your screen. Now, Baker may still be in the Pushmahata or the LaFleur County area and should be considered armed and dangerous. If you see him or the van, call 911. Now, a former Ardmore police officer has been charged with rape. Court documents state 34-year-old Freddie Coronan sexually assaulted a woman in September of 2023. Coronan was arrested and bonded out of jail Wednesday. His bond was set for $100,000. A minor has been arrested in connection to shooting threats towards Colbert Public Schools. Superintendent Taylor Matlock says the juvenile is facing terroristic threat charges. No name was released. The school closed Thursday and Friday while the FBI and local law enforcement investigated the shooting threats, which specifically mentioned the 15th. They were open today. And then we now know the woman accused of burning down her own home in Roth last Wednesday. Caitlin Benedicti is charged in Chickasaw Court with first-degree arson. Police say that she lit the fire and then walked over to Roth Elementary School to turn herself in. The house was completely destroyed. Now, heads up to Oklahomans, a new scam is going around. The Oklahoma County Sheriff's Office says these scammers are all calling residents and relatives of inmates in Oklahoma jails, impersonating the deputies, saying that they can have their loved ones released if they purchase an ankle monitor, asking them to send money. Now, this is a scam as Oklahoma sheriff officers do not sell ankle monitors, and they urge you not to send these people money. Also, a station in Whitesboro. Now, Texas Representative Shelley Luther has sent a formal complaint to Attorney General Ken Paxton addressing the proposed tax rate increase for the city of Whitesboro. The increase could raise property taxes by 50%. In her complaint, Luther says she suspects the city is violating transparency requirements. She believes a new Texas law would invalidate the increase and expresses concern about the impact on residents. Whitesboro will hold a special meeting about the tax tomorrow night at 6. The seat of Ardmore now has an infill ordinance for developments as they prepare for growth. This means that new developments will be reviewed within a 300-foot radius of nearby properties. They hope that this will allow new homes and buildings the flexibility to better fit in with their surroundings. This could make things a little tougher for builders, so as an incentive, the city will reduce the charge for building permits for sewer and water by half, and will reimburse them $3.75 per square of foot sidewalk. Now, Texoma Trade Days are back in business. Over the weekend, Texoma Trade Days opened their doors for the month of September at the Expo Hall in Midway Mall. All kinds of vendors set up booths to sell their goods. Now, we spoke with one vendor about what this monthly meetup means for the community.
Just something unique, and it's 100 vendors under one roof with free admission and free parking, and it's helping the mall because it's connected to the mall, and so it really is a revival.
The next Texoma Trade Days takes place October 18th and 19th. Now, Facebook users are starting to receive payments tied to the social media giant's $725 million settlement related to the Cambridge Analytica scandal. The now closed marketing firm was accused of getting Facebook user information in order to target voters during the 2016 presidential election. Multiple lawsuits were filed against Facebook that claimed the company allowed information to get into third parties without permission. Anyone who used Facebook between May 2007 and December 2022 was eligible to file a claim, but they had to do so before August 2023. The settlement was finalized in May. As far as how much a person will receive, well, it depends on how long they were a Facebook user during the class period. Anyone who has been approved to receive a payout will be notified by email in a few days before the money is issued. It'll take about 10 weeks for all of the payment to be distributed. Facebook's parent company Meta did not admit wrongdoing as part of the settlement. Now, videos are going around TikTok that are encouraging teens to reach for Benadryl to get high. The teen's mother, who our sister station was able to speak to, now she says her daughter started hallucinating last week and her heart rate spiked to nearly 200 beats per minute. The average for children ranges from 70 to 120, so obviously this was very high. The mother rushed the daughter to the hospital when she noticed strange behavior and then found the pills under her pillow. The mom says she tried reporting the TikTok videos because she went online and found out that this was a trend, but she learned that they didn't violate any of the app's guidelines. Now, this trend also went around in 2023, leading to a 13-year-old's death in Ohio. Grand Strand Medical Center says parents should watch for trouble breathing, behavioral changes, and hallucinations. Make sure, if you want more information about this story, to check out our website. Now, Trump administration officials say that an agreement has been reached with China to keep TikTok operational in the United States. Speaking of the social media platform, Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent says a framework deal has been reached and President Trump will meet with China on Friday to finalize it. Bessent says the priority has been making sure the deal is fair for the Chinese and completely respects U.S. national security concerns. A bipartisan bill signed by former President Joe Biden last year banned TikTok in the U.S., unless its China-based owner, ByteDance, divested its stakes in the U.S. assets of the social media company. However, President Trump put the enforcement of the ban on hold several times. Now, the man suspected of the assassination of conservative activist Charlie Kirk is due to make his first court appearance tomorrow, as investigators tried to learn what motivated the shooting at Utah Valley University last week. The suspect is 22-year-old Tyler Robinson. He is a former high school honors student who grew up in Utah. FBI Director Kash Patel now says DNA evidence links Robertson to the crime. In a series of television appearances Sunday, Utah Governor Spencer Cox, a Republican, says the suspect's friends and family claimed he was radicalized to the left. State records show the alleged gunman was registered as an unaffiliated and did not vote in 2022 or 2024. Cox also noted that the suspect had a roommate who was a romantic partner and says that the FBI confirmed the roommate is transitioning genders. He added that the investigators have not determined if that's relevant to the case. According to Cox, the roommate is being very cooperative and did not have any knowledge about what Roger was planning to do. According to a probable cause affidavit, the roommate showed law enforcement messages allegedly from the suspect that mentioned leaving a rifle in a bush wrapped in a towel, which is similar to how investigators described finding the murder weapon. Now, the Utah County Attorney is expected to file formal charges against the alleged shooter tomorrow. Turning Point USA, which is the conservative organization that Charlie Kirk co-founded in 2012, will hold a public memorial for him this coming Sunday at State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona. Now, that was a lot of national news, but do not worry, we are going to be bringing it back to Texoma after a short break. We're going to be having our community corner, which will have what things are open and closed, what amazing things have been happening recently that your community has been propelling forward, and then just some fun things that you should know as a Texoman. So make sure that you don't exit out. Do not stop the live. We will be right back. Hello and welcome back to KXII 12 News Now. We are bringing it all back to Texoma land. So let's talk about what you need to know in order to be plugged into your community. Now, starting off, Denison Parks and Rec officials say that the Katy Trail at Waterloo Drive will be closed to foot traffic until 3 o'clock today. Now, this is due to tree maintenance on the east side of the trail. The west side is still open to the public. Then Saturday night, Johnston County residents came together in a support of a beloved member of the Johnston County community. A fundraiser event was held in Tishomingo for Vidal Rodriguez, who was recently diagnosed with cancer. Tons of people came out to the Johnston County Fair barns to support Rodriguez and enjoy some barbecue. All the proceeds were going towards Rodriguez's medical expenses. Now, one of the biggest Denison Yellow Jackets fans in Texoma got the chance to be part of the team on Friday night. Lucas Compton is an 11-year-old boy diagnosed with a brain tumor, and he has always wanted to be a Denison Yellow Jacket. Lucas's grandma says when it's your wear your favorite jersey today at school day, he wears black and yellow every time. On Friday night, he got to put his favorite jersey on over the pads when the Yellow Jackets invited Lucas out to their game.
They came up to him and introduced themselves individually and talked to him, and seeing all of that, it's like he is a Yellow Jacket because they share common characters.
Lucas's family says for him, this was a dream come true. Then Texoma superstar Reba McEntire is engaged. The Texoma native rocked the red carpet at the Emmy Awards last night with her boyfriend, fellow Oklahoman and actor 68-year-old Rex Lynn, and as a reporter referred to him as her fiance. Now, the couple didn't correct the reporter, and a representative later confirmed to USA Today that they are now engaged. The two have been together since 2020 after Reba guest starred on the sitcom Young Sheldon. Now, if you're in Ardmore and saw a plane being transported down the highway, that's because Southern Tech's aviation program recently bought it. A recently retired U.S. Air Force plane called a Jayhawk now belongs to the school's aviation program. It's an $8 million aircraft. The school got a good deal of $5,000 in an auction. They plan to use it for maintenance training.
Engine removal and installation, fuel systems training. We're going to put it up on jacks. We'll do what we call drop checks on the landing gear. It has full oxygen systems. It will pressurize the cabin and then we'll do flight control maintenance on it. We're rigging. There's a litany of items we'll be using for it.
The aviation instructor says they hope to get a smaller 4-cylinder airplane for the students next. Now, Culinary Youth Team USA came to Grayson College this weekend to train for the 2026 Culinary World Cup. The team did practice run through their Restaurant Nations menu. Grayson College student Joseph Fisher was selected to join the team, alongside teammates from around the country. Saturday night, they hosted 30 guests to try several of the menu items from the practice run. The team continues to prepare to Luxembourg, where the 2026 Culinary World Cup is held.
First time cooking the menu for a large number of guests, so a little bit of refresher on what we've been doing, but then amplifying it to serve a larger group.
The team continues to prepare to Luxembourg, where the 2026 Culinary World Cup is held. So absolutely, best of luck. Oh my gosh, I hope that we will continue following you guys. I want to know who wins. And I think that a Grayson College alumni should be among them. Now, that is all for this KXII 12 News Now. Make sure to join us again here tomorrow, same time, same place. I will actually be off for the rest of the week. I have a lot of family things happening, and so I'm taking a little bit of time off. But don't worry, because there is news happening all the time here on Channel 12. Later today, you could tune into the 4, 5, and 6 to stay updated with everything going on here in Texoma land. Now, felt like any of our stories could use a bit of a deeper dive? Well, that is what our website's for. Check out KXII.com. You will be able to find all of this information and more. Also, make sure you're following our Facebook, Instagram, X, Threads, and TikTok. There you will find exclusive content, constant updates, and our past stories. If you are watching on our YouTube right now, thank you so much. Make sure that you're subscribed. If you're watching on any of our news apps, thank you so much. Thank you for being somebody who's downloaded the app. Make sure that you're subscribed to our YouTube. Perfect, right? Now, until tomorrow, stay safe and have a great day, Texoma.